Hi students. See, today we are going to discuss some catalytic properties, some typical properties of transition elements. So already we discussed variable oxidation states, industrial compounds formation, colored compounds, magnetic properties. And some more we are going to discuss. That is nothing but formation of alloys. Formation of alloys or alloys formation. So first of all, you know what is alloy. What is a alloy? What is alloy means? It is a mixture of two or more metals. It is a solid solution mixture of two more metals. It is a solid solution okay, a mixture of two or more metals, okay. So homogeneous mixture of it is a homogeneous mixture. It is a homogeneous mixture, okay. Transition metals can form alloys. Transition metals form alloys due to their atomic radii is 15% similar. If any metals having atomic radii is 15% similar, then they have a chance to form alloys. Then they mix with each other and have a chance to form alloys. Here, for the formation of alloy, one metal atoms are distributed on the other metal surface of one metal atoms are distributed on the other metal atoms. One metal atoms are distributed are distributed on the other metal atoms, which is 15% atomic radii is similar, okay. For example, brass, okay. So here copper is 60% and zinc is 40%, okay. Brass is the combination of copper and zinc. So copper atom 60% now, so 40% zinc atoms are distributed on the copper atom. So zinc atoms are distributed on the copper atoms, then it is nothing but a brass. Next here one more example, bronze. Here copper is 80% and tin is 20%, copper is 80% and tin is 20%. Okay, so here tin is distributed on the copper atoms. So one more example we may discuss here, German silver. German silver. Here copper 25%, copper 25%, nickel 50% and zinc 25%. Okay. See here, it is nothing but a German silver. It is the composition of copper, nickel, Zn. So it is a homogeneous mixture of copper, nickel, zinc. It is a homogeneous mixture of copper, tin. It is a homogeneous mixture of copper and zinc. So what I mean to say, Li means Li, it is a homogeneous mixture of solid solution which have a chance to mix two or more metals having atomic radius is 15% more than similar. Atomic radius is 15% more than similar. Okay. So here one metal atoms are distributed on the other metal atoms. So due to distribution of one metal atoms on the other metal atoms, so alloy is formed. Alloy is formed. Simply alloy is a homogeneous mixture of a solid solution. Homogeneous mixture of solid solution. It is a alloys. So why transitional elements forms alloys means because their atomic radius is similar. Their atomic size is similar. So most probably similar, not similar means most probably similar. Most probably their atomic radius is similar. That's why have a chance to form alloys. Okay. So this is formation of alloys. Next, catalytic properties. Catalytic properties. Catalytic properties or catalytic properties of transition elements. Transition elements. Here transition metals act as catalysts. Transition metals act as catalyst. Catalyst means, you know, already we discussed in previous topics. The catalyst means which increases the rate of reaction, it decreases the activation energy, and which increases the rate of coordinates. Reaction rate or rate of coordinates is called catalyst, which does not participate in the chemical reaction, just it increases the chemical reaction, is called catalyst. Why transition elements having catalytic properties, why transition elements act as a catalyst means due to adapt variable oxidation states. See, transition elements shows this property due to adapt variable oxidation states or variable multiple oxidation states. See here, transition metals act as a catalyst due to adopt multiple oxidation states. Multiple oxidation states is nothing but variable oxidation states. The metal having more than one oxidation state are called multiple oxidation states. Okay. And then here First, you have to know here reactants gives rise to products. Here it is a catalyst. Okay. First, catalyst occupy the surface area of the reactants. Okay. First, reactants now catalyst occupy the surface area of the, it is a catalyst. Now catalyst occupy the surface area of the reactants and forms temporary bonds. These are bonds, temporary bonds, and which increases the rate of reaction, which increases rate of reaction, which increases rate of reaction, decreases activation energy, decreases activation energy. So catalyst occupy the surface area of the reactants and forms temporary bonds which cleaves bonds between the reactants, at the same time which gives rise to products, but does not change the products, it increases the rate of reaction. So here forms temporary bonds which gives rise to products, and the temporary bonds will be cleave. Cleave means leave. Okay, see, increases the rate of reaction and decreases the activation energy. Okay, example 2SO2 gas plus O2 gas gives rise to 2SO3 gas. Here V2O5 act as a catalyst. In this process V2O5 act as a catalyst. Okay, so it is a contact process, preparation of sulfur trioxide by contact process. In this process V2O5 act as a catalyst. Vanadium is a transition metal. Next, one more example here we are going to discuss, that is N2 plus 3H2 gives rise to 2NH3. Here iron can be act as a catalyst. It is a preparation of ammonia by Haber's process. It is a preparation of ammonia by Haber's process. Here iron can be act as a catalyst. So one more example we are discussing here, C2H4 plus H2 and nickel gives rise to C2H6. This is a hydrogenation. It is called hydrogenation. Adding of hydrogen is called hydrogenation. Okay. In hydrogenation, nickel act as a catalyst. In Haber's process, iron act as a catalyst. In contact process, preparation of sulfur trioxide, V2O5 act as a catalyst. Understand? So this is for 2 marks also. You are going to face this question for 2 marks also. So why? Because write the 2 examples. Transition metals act as a catalyst means you may write any 2 examples. Otherwise write the about catalytic properties of transition elements means you may write all this. Okay, it is the question have a chance to face for 2 marks and 4 marks. Okay, 2 marks or 4 marks, not and or. So this is formation of alloys and this is catalytic properties. Okay. Then we are going to discuss formation of complex compounds. Formation of a complex compound. See this formation of alloys. Alloys means it is a homogeneous mixture of two or more metals simply by a solid solution. So metals are capable to form, transition metals are capable to form alloys means their atomic radii is most probably 15% similar. Then atomic radii is most probably 15% similar, is nothing but have a chance to form alloys. Okay. So how alloys are formed means one atom is distributed on the surface of the other atoms. So due to distribution of this type of one atom on the other atoms, one metal atom on the another metal atoms, so alloys are formed. So brass, bronze and German silver as the copper alloys. Why? Because copper is more percentage, that's why that is a copper alloys. Okay. So here catalytic properties. Why transition elements having catalytic properties means, so here transition elements act as a catalyst. Why? Because due to adaptation. Why transition elements having this activity means due to multiple oxidation states. Multiple oxidation states means variable oxidation states. Why they are showing multiple oxidation states means due to partially filled up d orbitals. Partially filled up d orbitals. Okay. So this is catalytic properties. Next, complex compounds. Next, formation of complex compounds. Formation of complex or coordination compounds. Formation of complex or coordination compounds. So complex compounds or coordination compounds is same. See here, first we are going to discuss coordination compound. Coordination compounds. How coordination compounds are formed means, see here, metal atom or ion plus cations or anions, cations or anions plus ligands. Ligands means some other molecules, Okay, metal atom or ion bounded with cations or anions. So some ligands forms coordinate covalent bonds with the central metal atom. Due to all these process, complex compounds or coordination compounds are formed. Coordination compounds are formed. Okay, one central metal atom, cations or anions, ligands gives rise to complex compounds. So what I mean to say, it is not a normal molecule, contains many many atoms and many other molecules. That's why it is a complex, shopping complex, which contains many floors, which contains many rooms, like that. Apartment, that is a which contains many houses, individual house, which is not like a simple molecule. If you take apartment, that is a complex compound. If it is shopping complex, that is a complex compound, like that. Okay, see here, which having, so complex compounds having characteristic properties. Complex compounds having characteristic properties. In next chapter, we are going to discuss briefly about these characteristic properties. What is a ligand, what is anion, what is cation, we are going to discuss in next topic. In this chapter, two topics are there. One is a D and F, another one is complex compounds or coordination compounds. We are going to discuss. So here complex compounds having characteristic properties. So what is characteristic properties of complex compounds, we are going to discuss. Okay. Next, example K4FeCN6. Okay, it is the first one, and second one is CONH3 taken 6Cl3. Okay, here metal, transition metal atom equal to Fe, cation equal to K, potassium, ligand equal to Cn. Okay, like this. Cation means K plus, ligand means Cn minus, like this. Here metal atom equal to CO, cobalt. So cation, anion here, not cation. Cation or anion, so here anion equal to Cl minus. Next ligand equal to NH3. What is ligand means, we are going to discuss. So this is formation of complex compounds. So what I mean to say, how complex compounds are formed means, metal atoms or metal ions bound with cations or anions and with other ligands, cations and anions and with ligands, so which is a complex compound. So is nothing but a coordination compounds. So for these compounds we are going to discuss briefly in next chapter, which is coordination compounds. Okay, then here you have to know some very short answers. We have to discuss some very short answers, like See, Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic, Zn plus 2 is diamagnetic. Why? Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic. Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic and Zn plus 2 is diamagnetic. Diamagnetic. Why? If it is the question, you will face Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic and Zn plus 2 is diamagnetic. Why? So we may give solution for this like this. First, Mn 25 atomic number, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d5. So it is a valence shell electronic configuration. Mn plus 2 means, so here 2 electrons will be out, then 4s0, 3d5. So how many electrons in D? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 unpaired electrons here. 5 unpaired electrons. Okay. If you take Zn, atomic number 30, electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, 3s2, 3p6, 4s2, 3d10. It is valence shell electronic configuration. If you take Zn plus 2, and then what happened? So 2 electrons will be left. So 4s0, 3d10. 3d10 means how many electrons in D? 1, 2, 3, 4. How many electrons in D? 10 electrons. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10 electrons like this. See here, due to here 5 unpaired electrons, here no unpaired electrons. No unpaired electrons. Okay. See here, due to presence of 5 unpaired electrons, it is act as a paramagnetic. Due to no unpaired electrons, it is act as a diamagnetic. You are going to face like these questions. So based on this concept, you may face why Cu plus 2 is colored, Zn plus 2 is colorless. Like that also you may face these questions. Okay. I will discuss later. So this is very important. Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic and Zn plus 2 is diamagnetic. Why? Due to Mn plus 2 is paramagnetic due to presence of unpaired electrons. So Zn plus 2 is diamagnetic due to no unpaired electrons. Okay. So this is the way we will discuss the topic like this. Okay. So now it's a time to leave. So what we discussed in this class means formation of alloys and formation of complex compounds and coordination. Complex compounds is nothing but coordination compounds. Next, formation of alloys, formation of coordination compounds or complex compounds and catalytic properties of transition elements we discussed. So it's a time to leave.